what else can a man do to get help a woman get more into her feminine?
Such a great question. I'll just go down the list. Okay, so I wake up in the morning, I find my wife, I go give her a hug, non-sexual hug. Okay, a 6 second hug. Takes a while for the hormones to be triggered. 6 to 8 seconds, and 4 times a day I'll do that as a minimum. That means I get up, I look for her, I leave, I find her before I go and say bye and give her a hug. I come home, I give it's the comings and goings, and I give her a hug. She goes if she goes to bed before me. Sometimes I'll watch the late news. I notice that she's just left the room. I say, "Oh, honey, wait, wait, wait." I think of it in terms of little estrogen points, and every one of those little things is one little estrogen point. And this is where little things make the big difference. See, I work hard. I make a lot of money. That's 1 point. That's what men don't get. You do bigger. That's for you, like superstar. I just did that. That's 1 point. But I gave her a hug. That's another point, and another point, and another point. Big things are good, but it's really just a few points. What's the way you do is accumulate the points, doing lots of little things. So I get 4 hugs. Okay, that's 4 points. When the kids were young, they used to come say, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy," and Bonnie used to complain. She said, "The kids never listen to me. They always listen to you." And I thought, what can I do? And I realized, look in my book, what women need is respect. So I need to start respecting her more, which is when I'm sitting at the computer, she says, "Dinner's ready." I used to say, "Oh, I'll be in a few minutes. Kids going to dinner." Well, the kids were seeing dad not respecting mom. She made this dinner. So then I just shifted. She says, "Dinner's ready. Up, everybody now, let's get up and go." Stop what I'm doing. A little thing, just suddenly, just immediate reaction. Doing little things for women makes them feel respected, makes them feel heard, makes them feel valued, makes them feel included. Doing little things instantly when needed or when requested. It was little things, not big stuff. If she says, the garage still hasn't been done, I'll get to that. Okay, that's a big job. But something you can do in 5 minutes or 3 minutes, oh my gosh, has a big impact on a woman. So here, if you look at estrogen levels, the easy metaphor for little things make a big difference is if a woman has normal estrogen levels, she's relatively happy, right? I bring her 1 rose, she's going to get a surge of estrogen. She's relatively happy. I bring her 50 rose, same surge in estrogen. 1 rose or 50 rose, doesn't matter. It's going to get a little surge of estrogen. If she's very low in estrogen, I bring 50 roses, hardly anything. I bring 1 rose, you might even get more. Just because often when men bring 50 roses to an unhappy woman, she feels like, "Oh, you think this is enough to make me happy?" So now romantic is anything a man does for her. Okay, so this is things like when I'm watching TV, we're watching TV, put your feet in my lap and I'll massage your feet. That's 10 points right there. Just continuing and taking the other foot, continuing, forgetting about it, then coming back to a little bit, massaging. You're basically doing something for her where she sees you doing for her rather than old-fashioned women. All you have to do is go out in the world and do what I need, but they don't need that as much anymore. For romance, she needs to have lots of little things you do. Another thing couples can do, I invented this technique during the COVID lockdown, because that's just terrible. You're not getting your outer stimulation you need to balance your hormones. You can't look to your partner for everything. So just to give an extra super boost, was called a genie in a bottle game. Genie in the bottle is not in my book, so this is a good one extra for people. Is you say, okay, we're just going to do this for 10 minutes and maybe a couple of times a week. Let's play genie in the bottle. And in that time, the man is the genie, which is all powerful, and you get 3 wishes. And so she gets to ask whatever she wants that he can do within a 10-minute window. Has to be within a 10-minute window. So she says, "Oh, would you clean up put all the dishes in the dishwasher?" He says, "As you wish," right away. "I'd be happy to do it." Now, as he's doing that, she can't say, "And yes, Jeannie, I'd like you to always remember to do that." That's against the rules. It's just in the moment, she experiences him doing something for him. So that would look like, "Oh, would you make me some orange juice?" So she sees him cutting the orange, putting the orange juice on, and he brings the orange juice to her. That's something her brain will go, "He's doing something for me that I asked." And when I asked, there was a positive response, almost an exaggerated, playful response. "Yes, as you wish." One of the most romantic movies for a lot of people is something called The Princess Bride. Did you ever see The Princess Bride? My daughter just loved the thing. But anyway, Wesley, who's the character in this, and the princess girl, she was like He was just a farm boy, but she fell in love with him, even though she's like beautiful and wealthy and all that. And it's because she would go down to the stables and she'd say something. He'd go, as you wish. He never talked. You never knew what his feeling, right? Just as you wish, as you wish. Words are cheap unless it's followed by action. Action is what does it for women. And little things, doesn't have to be the big stuff. One time I was giving, my wife was a little annoyed with me, and I could just feel her irritated by me. I thought, I just went over and I just gave her this hug. I said, honey, you do so much for so many people. I just want to give a hug to you. She said, okay. And I gave her a hug. I like a 10-second non-sexual hug. A sexual hug at that time is not right. You see, you need to build up the estrogen first. And then, so giving her this nice non-sexual hug, about 10 seconds, and I could just feel her tension sort of start to relax. And then we finished the hug, and she says, John, I was really annoyed by you before that hug. And about halfway through, I started to think about all the good things you do for me. You went to the store and you bought the eggs when we needed them, and you didn't grumble about it. You were jump up. See, little things. See, a man gets in his head, it's kind of, oh, what do I have to do that little thing for? As opposed to, oh, little things, that's as good as $1 million check. Okay, scoring points, very easy to do. Quick, fast. Affection, going into the room and stroking your hair. Are we always going into a room where a woman is? Make sure you notice her. Make her, what are you doing over there? Or stroke her hair as you go back. Squeeze her hand when you're on a date several times. Hold her hand for a little while on a date. Put your arm around her at times. Compliment her. Oh, you look so beautiful tonight. Oh, you got your hair done. Now, I'm saying stuff that men can do. Now, what women can do on the other side of it is like if you're going to get your hair done on Wednesday, on Tuesday, you say, well, I'm going to get my hair done on Wednesday. He's going to say, my wife used to do that. I say, why is she telling me that? So I say, well, why are you telling me that? So you can notice without my having to say, how do I look? You're going to tell me how I look. So this is unsolicited compliments are fantastic. These little things that you did in the beginning, and you already know how to do it because you won her over in the beginning. You just have to remember, what did I do? And then add a little bit more to that. We go on a vacation and I say, now, honey, what are your expectations? What do you hope will happen on this vacation? So you kind of know what the job description is, to do some of those things. And remember, keep it to the little stuff and lots of it. And you're constantly, every little thing is building that estrogen up, 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 up. So then just normal things you do are like romantic. And I'll say this, it was a shock to me. And I wrote all these books and I was working on this women only course with my daughter. And she was teaching now women, if you do these certain things, you can get that man out of the cave, because sometimes men get stuck in the cave, and how to get him out of the cave. And she says, and then when you do these things to get out of the cave, then he'll be more romantic. And I said, so every time your husband comes out of the cave, he's more romantic? She goes, oh, yes. And I said, like, what does he do? She said, oh, he'll just empty the trash. And I said, emptying the trash is romantic? She said, of course, kind of like, of course. Anytime a man does something that a woman doesn't want to do, it's romantic if she already has normal estrogen levels. If she doesn't, if her estrogen levels are low, then she'll come from this place of, well, he should do that. Well, I made dinner for him, or his job. My job is this job. It's just a business arrangement then. But when her estrogen levels are at a normal level, because she's taking care of them herself, and also because he's helping her keep them at a normal level, then whatever he does, it's like bonus points. That's where you create the romance. It's the things he does once she's already in balance. That takes it to a higher level.